Ayo, tits.
Hey, and I'm Areolas.
We're doing Chronicle. What's your first exposure to Chronicle?
Chronicle. I remember watching it when it came out. I remember, and it was really good. What about you?
Nice. First time I saw it, it was like a couple of years ago. Then I watched it again recently. But I didn't watch it when it first came out. I did not do that.
No, I remember it. Like I like the idea of sort of like that Cloverfield, where it was like found footage type shit. I really like the idea of that idea. I don't know. It appeals to me. But yeah, no. This movie starts out with a dude vlogging. He's a vlogger. He wants to vlog, and he talks about.
Well, it's very specifically Andrew. It's so his dad doesn't keep beating him. He's doing it out of self-defense.
Okay, for evidence.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's doing it so his dad stops beating him. His dad lost his firefighting job after an injury, and he's drinking. Every time he's drinking, he's like, "Screw you, Andrew! You, even though you're not the one who fired me, I'm taking all of my frustration out on you." Stuff like that, and that's why he's recording. And
That's
there's
a good reason.
Oh yeah, there's like there's like an incident where it's on tape where he's like, "I'm recording, Dad." He's like, "Stop recording. Let me." He's like banging on the door. "You better stop recording. I'm recording this." And at some point he just stops and he backs away. And there's another time he just records him just being beaten. Yeah. Like the dad's like, "I don't care." Just beats him.
Well, he's a troubled youth. His mother has cancer, is bedridden. He's an outcast with only like one friend, and he decides to for that and other reasons document his life. So he just records everything.
Yeah, that's just what he's doing now. And I like everybody who comes across him recording, asks him about his recording, and he's like, "That's just what I do now. This is not coming off. I'm not turning this camera off." Which I find to be, it's a good level of dedication. He's like, "Screw it. I'm just recording now."
I don't know. It's interesting because I just think about how people nowadays, where there's cameras everywhere, obviously, and live stream like the most boring things. And back then, this was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna document my life," and he's like not doing anything, literally just like sitting there watching cheerleaders cheer, eating chips. He's really not doing anything.
And they get uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really think the idea of cameras are just like very specific people get to be on camera. And so there's like, or before cameras were more prevalent and more people were doing selfies or whatever, like the news, like those people were on camera and you get ready specifically for the camera. And so you have to like look prim and proper. And so the people who are uncomfortable with being on camera aren't ready to be on camera. And so they don't want to be filmed. They feel like, "Oh, I have to be like this prim proper version of myself."
Yeah.
In order to be on camera, which is why they freak out whenever there's a camera. There are still lots of people who freak out whenever there's a camera. It's less people now that there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
but
everywhere.
Oh man, I saw this freaking like this English guy. He's like filming, and like these two women, even though they're in the most surveilled place in the world, have a problem with his camera, and they threaten to break it and such. It's just really funny. It's like that exists. So their reactions at the camera in this movie, I feel like they're actually kind of toned down. I would expect a little bit more violent reaction, especially back in like when this movie came out, because it wasn't nearly as prevalent as it is now.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, cameras are everywhere. I don't see how people. I mean, I'd get it if like I was at a playground with like my niece and some dude was just using a Canon XLR or whatever to fucking shoot the kids, But if it's
I
just,
would find that weird. I'd be
I
like,
would,
what are you using? What are you using these photos for? Like, I
using
don't
like
know. If you want portfolio photos, take pictures of trees or something.
like a $8,000 camera to fucking take pictures of kids like that aren't his. Like, are your kids here? No. Fuck out of here then.
Yeah. That is when it's like, that is weird.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
strange. But no, so this dude decides to document his life. His name is, what was it again? Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah.
And his cousin decides to invite him to a party where everyone's there, and they kind of trip out at him recording everything. The
Yeah.
people there.
They're like, you stop recording. Stop recording. I'm like, just act differently while he's there. Like, don't do anything you wouldn't do in front of a camera next to him. But what's really funny about the whole camera thing and his filming causing an altercation, if the camera wasn't there, they wouldn't act like that. But they feel that it's okay since the camera is there, that they can act in an aggressive way, like showcasing how unhinged they potentially could be if something that isn't there is in their space. It just makes them look bad. Like, why do they never think, oh, I should act good on this camera because it's going to capture me forever in this moment? Like,
Yeah.
why did they feel the need to yell at the person who's filming when that itself is going to be filmed?
What's funny too is that at the same party, I think a chick was filming that
Yeah.
there was a girl filming and everyone was fine with that. She was vlogging and shit. They're just uncomfortable with the nerdy guy filming, It's like the HR meme.
Yeah, unfortunately. And so they get kicked out. But there's this really popular guy who turns out to be very nice. He's just like a personable guy. He's like, hey, you have this camera. Let's go to this hole. There's like this weird hole. I want to film inside of it. And so they go to this hole in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh, I'm going to go inside of it. I'm going to film it. And then it's like a cool editing like trick where the camera turns off because of whatever. Like, they film a little bit inside of it, but like it suddenly turns off. And then the next thing that is filmed is like they have levitation powers.
Yep, because of said rock. I don't know how it gave them, whether it was radiation or whatever, but they have the ability to make things float.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty cool. And the police, they plugged it up with a giant cork.
As you do with holes, you use corks to
Yeah.
fill them.
And the police have plugged it up. So I'm thinking, why does the police plug it up? Why didn't they do it before they went into the hole? Like, I wish I knew why the police just felt the need to plug it up now and not before they went in. Like, maybe I don't know, maybe like they went missing for a few days and then they come out of the hole, they emerge, and the police are there, be like, oh my goodness, you guys were in this hole the entire time, we're gonna have to plug it up. But that isn't not explained.
Yeah, it's just a quick cut from them in the hole to them having these powers, to the police suddenly corking up this hole, and I guess we fill in the blanks, but that's kind of what gives it its charm. It's all from the point of view of just that dude's camera.
Yeah, I mean, those guys don't know why the police plugged up the hole. They just know that they did. So I guess you don't really need much else explanation because it's coming from Andrew's point of view, which I like. So I like how Steve before this, he had a budding social life. He's a socialite who's running for school president. And now he's spending his time with these two doofuses, Andrew and Matt. That's the cousin's name.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is like, why are you hanging out with those losers? Ugh. You're hanging out with them? Pretty much like demoting him in social status because he's hanging out with losers now. And that makes him go down the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And during this entire time, Andrew, I feel like he's getting more and more angry. Like there's little hints of it at the beginning, but it grows a lot larger in the anger levels.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, his dad keeps on him, being a drunk asshole, and his mom's getting more and more sick. So, or she's sick. She's just more and more pain.
Yeah.
Showing it. So, yeah, they. I know they were showing off their powers, and there's a scene where they're driving on the road, and there's a guy honking at them.
Yeah, this tailgating being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, instead of doing what Andrew did, I would slow down. I would just let my foot off the gas and be like, how's this for slow, asshole? You're going to have to pass me. Because it honestly, pisses them off momentarily, forces them to pass me, and now I don't have to deal with that guy being a major asshole for the rest of the car for the rest of the time. But Andrew is like just pushes him off of the road, makes that guy crash into the lake. He almost drowns.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go back and save the guy who almost drowned. I'm like, Andrew, you can't just push people off of the side of the road with your telekinetic abilities. You can't do that.
And he was so proud of it too. He was like, "Hey guys, watch this." And he just fucking flings him off the road into the fucking lake. I don't know. He's just like, "Whoa, you can't be doing that, especially to people."
Hurt people. He's a hurt person. He wants to get his anger out because he can't hurt his dad back. So why not just abuse somebody else? And that's how the cycle of abuse continues, by being like, I'm going to hurt somebody.
Pass this on.
Wonderful. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So there's a scene where they're talking about flying around the world. Andrew wants to go to Tibet because of the monks or some reason. And then there's a talent show, and Steve is like, "Hey, Andrew, you should use your powers and try to look cool at this talent show." And what do you know? They do badass. They have this cool magical thing with their powers.
Yeah. And Andrew, because he's suddenly becoming like a social, everyone's loving him because of his powers. He's like, oh man, this is great. I'm gonna go to this party and it's gonna be a good old time, and I'm gonna hit on this chick. I'm gonna drink too much, and then I'm gonna vomit all over her. And I mean, situations happen, but it's really how you respond to them that define the situation. Instead of being like, oh, I'm so sorry, let me get your clothes off, and then that's like a transition into having sex because she's already naked. He freaks out. And Steve is like, he knows how social things go. He was a social, I guess, aristocrat. Not, I don't know. What's the social word for that? Like when you're like a really big social guy.
I would say a social butterfly.
A socialite or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a big socialite. And so he understands the name of the game. He understands the social rules. He's like, if I make this lighthearted, it'll be less bad. But Andrew, he takes this the wrong way. He's like angry and he freaks out. He's like, ah! And they also recently learned that they can fly.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh man, Andrew's like, I'm gonna go away. He's like flying. I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. I'm too embarrassed.
And then there's a point too where I guess the dad confronts his son. I guess he looks at some of the footage and he thinks he's spending money to do those magic tricks, that the money they use for the mother's medication. So he tries to beat his son, doesn't realize the camera's on. He must not, because he's beating his son. And the
Yeah.
Andrew fucking uses his powers to just like
It's
throw
like
him across the room.
I'm not spending any money at all. Stop accusing me of spending money. These are real. And uses them against his dad.
And that's
Then
when he flies off into the lightning storm.
Yeah. And then he does a bit of a fly into the lightning storm, and Steve is there to, like, do the who asked of him to do this? I'm not a huge fan when people do this, like come out, talk to you about your problems while you're in the middle of having your, like, dealing with your own emotions. Like, just let me deal with it on my own for, like, I don't know, a whole day. Let me think about, like, what I'm dealing with, and I'll come back to you. But Steve's like, no, I have to follow him. And so he follows him. Understandably, Andrew, being such a loner, is like, I don't want to deal with you. Please just leave me alone. But Steve won't leave him alone until he's like really angry. And it appears that he caused a lightning bolt to hit Steve and kill him.
Yeah.
And he dies.
Yeah, and I'm like, the black guy has to die. Okay. That sucks. Arguably the biggest star, the black guy. He dies. They're all at his funeral, and what's his name? The cousin Matt, right?
Matt, yeah.
He's like, hey, did you have anything to do with this? Because they found the body in a field struck by lightning, like all far away or something. He's like, no, I didn't. I didn't do anything. He just died all of a sudden by lightning.
I do like how, like, when he's alone, though, he's like, oh no, I did this to him. But he won't tell anybody that he did it, actually. He's just going to deal with it alone.
Also, that he's filming everything, too. So it's like, I don't know. Some stuff I would keep secret, at least not film it or not say it out loud. Stuff like that.
Oh, man. He turns into a terrible person. I guess, I mean, with his dad like that, and his actions, of course he would lead into turning into a terrible person. It's not like the dad alone, but it's also the actions in which he is done. The swiping the guy off of the side of the highway was definitely like a hint as to how he deals with problems. But he's like, you know what? I'm ostracized at school again. I don't care. You guys are weaker than me. Like, there's this bully who comes in. He's like, you suck, Andrew. He's like, huh, I suck? Huh. The only thing you'll suck is the food tube that you need for food. They ripped out his teeth. And everyone's like, I'm super scared now. And I'm like, you should be. And Andrew's like, you should be. I'm better than you guys. That means that I can hurt you. I can hurt people that are weaker than me, which is what he learned from his dad.
Yeah, he's like, I'm on top of the food chain. I'm the apex predator, as he puts it.
Yeah. It's sad. I like how Matt's like, bro, what are you doing? And Andrew's like, everybody sucks. We're better than them. We're above human now, actually. Because we can move things with our mind.
And fly.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you're better. You're still, like, human. Something happened to you.
Yeah, and it shows with I mean, he's trying to afford the medicine for his mom. He can't do it, so he decides to dress up in his dad's firefighter outfit and rob people and rob a store to get the money.
Yeah. But it causes a gas leak and it explodes the place, and it causes a bunch of people to go into the hospital.
Yeah, he gets burned up real bad.
Yeah, it's not a good time. I'm just
And
thinking, man, you could have. Why did you decide to rob a bank? Or not a bank, like a gas station? You have telekinetic abilities. Couldn't you just like, I don't know, like find an open window or something
yeah,
in the bank and just
Rob
like open the register, like break the lock, open the register, and like take all the money from all of that?
or Rob one
Here's
of
what
those.
Andrew should have did. He should have taken a coin and he should have gambled with homeless people and people at school and other adults. And he should have always made sure the coin landed on the one they didn't pick. And he should have made them immense bets, like 30, 90, 70, $100.
That makes sense to go to Vegas or something.
Yeah, he should have gone to Vegas and like controlled what slots that he got each time.
The
Make sure he
roulette
gets
ball.
a lucky 7. Yeah, he could have any other way than robbing a gas station, causing an explosion, and getting a bunch of people in the hospital.
Yeah, he really should have thought this out. There's so
Yeah.
many better ways to do it.
No, he's just acting emotionally. That's his character trait. He's just emotional.
Well, he ends up in the hospital from his stupidity. His dad goes in there, and his dad's like, "I'm sorry that you did this because your mother died on the day I went looking for you, and it's all your fault, and you're a piece of shit." And he's like telling him to his son's unconscious body, and it looks like he's about to hit his son when Andrew wakes up.
He's like, "You're the fault that your mom's dead." I'm like, no, cancer's the reason that the mom's dead. Her cells grew too fast and too rapidly, and it spread everywhere in her body. That's what happened. Andrew had nothing to do with it.
Not at all. But you know, he's got to blame someone. Everyone's trauma dumping to everyone else.
I mean, yeah, what do you think Andrew got it from? The freaking father showing him that's the only way to do things, and so it bleeds into his consciousness, and that's how he handles problems.
But right when he's about to get or about to punch his son or choke his son or whatever, Andrew wakes up and just blows the fucking side of the building up, and yeah, he's there like kind of flying around, and what's his name, Matt, he telepathically feels it, like his nose is bleeding and he feels that he's in trouble,
and so he like finds him floating next to the space needle.
Yeah, I think in Seattle. I think that's
it's in Seattle.
Yeah,
I'm very familiar with the Space Needle. I lived outside of Seattle for like 19 years.
Oh
yeah, by the way, you have to there's a restaurant up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he didn't like crash into the restaurant and be like, "Give me food." It's like, why did he do that? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like anybody who is in the Space Needle eating food at that night would have had like a really good view of what was happening, because they're just like flying around the Space Needle having an argument. Andrew's like, "Everyone sucks. I'm gonna kill everybody. My mom's dead. My dad hates me. He blames me for everything, and I'm better than the humans because I have telekinetic." And then after the hospital explodes, the dad dies too. And so all of his parents are gone. And he has nobody. And he feels like Matt's not on his side because Matt's not fluffing his ego. Matt's not like, "Hey, yeah, you're right. We're better than everybody here." No, he's like, "No, you have to stop this."
No, but Matt's telling him like, "Hey, no, calm down. We can figure this out." And they have this sort of superhero battle, right, where they kind of like fly through buildings and punch each other.
A lot of destruction.
Yeah, there's different camera views of the situation, whether it be from indoor cameras to security footage.
They're adding to the Seattle construction. There's so much construction in Seattle, and they just felt it was appropriate to add new construction. Oh yeah, let's just add 2 hours to everyone's commute for the next 3 months.
Hey, it's already broken. Why not break it even more, I guess, while it's still broken?
Yeah, let's build a new one so it's nice and shiny.
And they get to the point where they are on the floor in front of a statue with a spear. Matt is telling Andrew to stop. Andrew won't stop. He's telekinetically throwing cop cars and cops everywhere and stuff like that, and killing
Just
everyone.
injuring a lot, yeah, killing a lot of people. And Matt's like, "Well, you're no good. You're a bad egg. You have rotted to the core." And so he's like, nobody's gonna help you. You're not gonna help yourself, and you're not gonna change. You're just gonna get worse. So Matt has to do a sad decision, which is to impale Andrew, and Andrew dies. And Andrew always wanted to see Tibet, so Matt's like, well, in memory of my friend, I'm going to take his camera to Tibet. I'm going to fly it there, and then I'm going to leave it there. He's like sad and apologetic, but he's like, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do what's good for everybody with my powers. I'm not going to become an Andrew. I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard to become an Andrew. Andrew had a lot of bad stuff going on in the house before he got his powers.
Outside of the house too, he was bullied relentlessly by everyone. So who's in the house and outside the house.
I mean that starts within the house, though. Like, it starts from your parents giving you confidence or not giving you confidence subconsciously, or how they treat you or how they talk to each other. It all stems from that. And then you take the skills, you take whatever you saw in the house, and you bring it to the school, and you learn to socialize that way. And the way in which your parents gave you a way to speak to yourself, like what they say to you when you're young becomes your inner voice. If they're very negative towards you, then you're going to have a negative self voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to isolate yourself, which is what Andrew did. He isolated himself. And he didn't really try to overcome ostracization by just brute forcing it and being absurd or being bold. He just kind of let other people put him down, which is what he's been doing with his entire life. I don't think his dad has been nearly this beady in his entire life.
No.
But there must have been like undertones of it in his entire life. If the dad's like, I'm just going to snap and hit you after like one major bad thing happened to him.
And, that's just, I don't know. I'll say that's life. There's bullies and then there's the bullied. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, it's true. There's the predator and the prey. And he was, unfortunately, the prey until he got these powers. And then he suddenly became what he called the predator. He didn't want to deal with it anymore. That's what happens.
Yep. It's sad. I do like seeing what 3 different types of people would do with these powers, though. And it stems from what types of people they are, which is created by which type of people, how your parents resolve conflict, and how they talk to you when you're younger. It all stems from that.
Yeah. And that's Chronicle. It was it was pretty good. What would you give it out of 10?
I think I would give it like an 8 out of 10. It's a good movie.
I'd say I'd give it an 8. I still left on my second watch. I really liked it. It was good. I remember seeing it when it first came out, and it was good. And I was like, oh, that's Michael B. Jordan. Hey, he ends up being pretty famous later on from being in this movie.
Baseball player guy.
No, the black dude. He's like he's the villain in Black Panther.
Oh, Michael something Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the black guy.
Michael B. Jordan is the actor. Okay.
Oh yeah, he was in the first remake of the Fantastic Four
Yeah.
as Johnny Storm for some reason.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. he's a good egg. The other dude's a bad egg.
That is true. And Matt's a middle egg.
Speaking of food, we got a game here. I call it Super.
Soup.
Super, where I'm going to show you AI generated pictures of soup. I don't know why I generated them in AI. It just because they don't even they just look like regular soup. But you're gonna name
You couldn't just go to Google Images. You have to go to AI. See
yeah,
if it recreate
AI.
you soup.
So I'm gonna see if you could name the soups, and you could also rate them if you've ever tried it. Let's look at these soups. Let's see here. Do you know what soup this is?
That looks like tomato soup.
You're correct. Tomato soup. Do you like tomato
Why are
soup?
there 2 spoons?
I don't know. I don't know why I put 2 spoons in there.
I like tomato soup with grilled cheese.
Hell yeah.
That's about it.
No, tomato soup's fucking.
I
S
used to
tier.
not. I used to not like tomato soup, but now I do. It must be because all the taste buds I lost as I grew older into an adult. That is what happens, though. You get less taste buds, and you start liking foods that you wouldn't have liked when you're younger.
Really?
Yeah,
No, that makes sense. Huh.
Yeah.
Next soup here.
It has broccoli, has cheddar. I can't tell if it's cheddar broccoli. I can't tell if it's a potato soup.
No, you're right. It's just cheddar broccoli soup.
Okay.
Are you down with cheddar broccoli soup?
Well, I like cheddar and broccoli. I've never had it in soup form.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I feel like that's a. Well, I would say that's a common soup. I know if you ever tried it.
No, probably not. If it didn't come from a can.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Next soup.
That's chicken noodle soup.
That is. How are you about chicken noodle soup?
It depends on who made it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's too salty. But generally it's good. It's good for when you're sick.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This next soup here.
Is that supposed to be clam chowder?
Yeah. It's supposed to be clam chowder.
Without all the clams, I love clam chowder.
No, clam chowder's good.
I mean, these AI generated clams. Obviously, there's clams in clam chowder, but like, why do you have the shells in there? Freaking AI. They're usually removed.
I remember I wanted to like be friends with this dude. So I told him, hey, you want to go to this seafood place and get some clam chowder? It sounded like I was asking him on a date, but really I just wanted to like be friends with him. That was my like trying to be a friend pickup line.
I mean, yeah, if the clam chowder there is good, then I'd want to go eat some clam chowder.
Didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Damn.
I know it's disappointing. Next year.
Is that like it's some green soup?
Mm-hmm.
What's in it? Spinach, peas,
pea soup.
Pea soup?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it'd be yellow.
Really? Oh, some peas could be yellow. You're right.
No, because pea soup. Get it? Joke. Haha.
Urine soup. No. That doesn't sound good. I feel like I would rather.
I've never had pea soup.
I feel like urine. I would rather drink it cold or with ice than hot. But I don't know.
I don't want to drink it at all. Thinking about it just makes me like gag.
I guess if I had to. Peas. I've never had pea soup, but I know.
Me
this is
neither.
something I've seen in like the cartoons or in the movies or something. Next here.
The fuck is that? Is that like a potato soup? Is there onion in there?
There's onion.
Is potato and onion soup?
This is supposed to be French onion soup.
Oh, I've never had it.
Yeah, I've never had it either. I don't even know if this is how it looks. This is how AI thinks French onion soup looks.
I don't know. It's seen a lot of Google images. Presumably.
Well, that's grok for you. Last one here.
Oh, is that chicken dumpling soup?
That is chicken and dumplings. You are right.
Yeah, chicken and dumpling is great. I love the dumplings.
Yeah, that shit's good.
Those are good. Yeah.
No, you can't go wrong with it. Chicken and dumplings. But it's not. It's soupy. But if you wanted to eat something or see something that's spicy, where can people find more?
You could have had sweet and sour soup on there, so you could have had a really good transition.
I know. I thought of the line after I had the game already set up. Like I could have literally put miso soup or something. Miso horny. I don't know. There could have been a couple of things.
You can find I do daily reviews every day. youtube.com/ASU Presents at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, autisticboobs.com is where you can find all of my links, and that's where I'm at.
You can find my podcast, That's All Funny, available anywhere podcasts are available. I do a podcast with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe, where we talk about wrestling. That comes out every Mondays. And do a great show with the Wonderful Mint Salad. Comes out every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. I want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, rating, reviewing. I want to thank the Wonderful Mint Salad for being here. And everyone take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.